Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Super SoderBros podcast. It's season 2. I'm Caleb.
I'm Luke.
And with me is my wife, Maya.
Hi, I'm Maya.
And with me is my wife, Christine.
So,
Hey.
I'm now used to the camera being way over
I don't
here.
like that.
It's we've only done one 4-person podcast, and it was when we were all hanging out in person over at your guys' house.
A while ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. But
Far away.
but it's also been it's been a while since we did a podcast. I mean, there's some things that happened in the last couple months that kind of things happen. We had a baby.
oh
Baby.
yeah,
You didn't tell me.
Well, now you're finding out.
surprise!
We have
I'm now a nephew.
and I am a uncle. But
And I am
Alabama.
depressed.
but yeah, no, it's it's been a couple of months, probably the good part of half a year since we recorded a podcast, but yeah, now we're back.
I don't even remember the last time we did a podcast, actually. It's been probably, May?
Yeah, I think it was probably a week and a half before Lua was born.
All the viewers can write in the comments down below when the last podcast was.
Yeah, check it out. Listen to our other shows.
Get us that number 10 view.
Yeah. So, how have you guys been?
Well, we got a story about what
No,
happened to Christine, but we're not going to go through it because I'm sure everybody already knows.
I'm good.
So
What? Tell
she
us.
Fine.
she fought a grizzly bear when we went on our adventure to Alaska, and she won. Well,
I won?
she has some battle scars though.
That's true.
Yeah, just a mere broken foot and broken collarbone. That's it. Totally
Hey,
fine.
it could have been a lot worse.
Yep, you're right. You not right.
And
You
the
okay?
and the bear did not walk away.
Yeah, the bear died
Yeah.
on its
Dead.
way to the hospital.
The bear went to the hospital. That's what they do in Alaska.
We
They
tried
take the
doing
bears to the
CPR on him.
Christine
Yeah.
got away barely.
hospital.
Sorry. What's everyone drinking tonight?
You're the least.
I'm drinking. Since we don't get Yingling in New Hampshire, we found this company called Moosehead,
Nice.
and it's probably blasted out of proportion, but it's I like to say it's a mix between a Yingling and with a little bit of like a Corona stink to it, I guess you get. What's the word?
Skunkiness.
Skunkiness. That's the one. That's the word. Thank you.
Nice.
So it's a good supplement instead of having Yingling. So that's what I'm drinking. Plus mystery juice.
Ooh.
It's not. It's just.
It's water.
Hydration.
You mean you have the H2O?
I do. $10.
Unbelievable. How about
Right
you,
there.
Christine?
I think Luke made me a rum cranberry
Ooh.
It's
instead of a vodka cranberry.
It's a ram
cranberry.
berry.
Nice.
Ranberry.
With Kraken rum.
Kraken rum and cranberry.
Nice. Solid. I just have salted caramel vodka with ice.
Straight?
Straight up.
Straight up.
Dude,
Whoa.
what the heck?
It's gotta get drunk.
Yeah, that's my reaction to it.
Straight vodka's nasty.
It's sweet. I think we had the salted caramel vodka. Since,
No, we bought this in New Hampshire when we visit you.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. So there's just a little left, and it never got mixed with anything. So I'm just like, I'll just finish it off. And it's actually really good.
You know what?
You could have got
Good.
apple cider or something.
What would have good?
What would have good gone with it?
What would have gone good with it was apple cider,
Well,
I
like
told
a,
you to get apple cider the other
or
day. and you
or
were
even
like,
apple. I wouldn't really go apple juice.
That's still basically the only thing you can do with the salted caramel is that, or like a a Bailey's of some sort.
Yeah, Bailey's.
Or butter beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that requires getting whipped cream vodka too.
If you want to go to those lengths, you can. But
You don't need whipped cream vodka. You just need
I don't even know because that took me way too long to
yeah, I don't remember either.
I don't
The
want to go
drink.
through that effort again.
butterscotch
It
soda.
was butterscotch, whatever.
Yeah, it was a couple different ingredients.
Yeah, I guess you can just use like cream soda and caramel vodka. I guess that's just.
Honestly, just
That's
that's the American way.
the easy way of doing it.
Merca.
And I'm having this that looks like an apple juice, and in fact, it is. Just kidding. It is. What is it? Tequila with a ginger juice thingy.
Yeah, we got it from a
Ooh.
farmer's market. It's like a little potion thing. Like it's got like a wax seal on top that we had to tear off.
It was cute, and it's good too. It has ginger. It has mint,
Really?
Isn't it like orange something?
orange, honey. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and also you put limoncello LaCroix in it
Oh
too.
yeah, limoncello LaCroix with it because it was too strong, so I wanted to dilute, but I didn't want to use water because who would do such thing? So, but it's pretty good. Tastes like medicine a little bit.
That's fine.
It's good for you.
It brings back the memories.
It's organic.
I'm
man.
5 again. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me with anything cherry.
Oh, you can't do cherry?
Well, like, just like that fake cherry flavor, but tastes like the color red kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No thanks.
Fair enough. So, yeah, we're back with another podcast. Just the dudes hanging out.
Dudes and dudettes.
Everyone's a dude. You guys are honorary
well,
guys.
Sure.
I would
I had
rather
a-
stab myself in the eye. Just kidding.
I had a pretty long, extensive thing about you calling me a dude before we started dating, so I
Yeah,
would
'cause it-
consider everybody a dude.
Yeah, because people think it's just a friend zone, but it's like...
I was for sure thinking.
I was just
Really? You
I was
thought
thinking
that?
The thing is, as a guy, if a guy says it to somebody, it's almost like a compliment in a way. It's like, oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
But like when somebody doesn't, see it like that, they're like, what do you mean, dude? It's like, well,
I mean, especially because she
Buddy.
liked you. She's
Yeah.
like, I want him to call me another name, but he just keeps calling me dude.
But was it before you guys were together?
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
no!
that's why, yeah.
Sure it
it
was.
was like a couple of years before we started dating. I think.
No, it was like a couple months before
Oh.
we started dating.
Oh,
I
well,
was in
got that
Dis- I
well
was in
clarified.
Yeah, it's all right.
Was
It's
it over
cool.
text?
Yeah,
I don't really.
it's okay. You don't have to remember. I'm not telling you to remember. It's fine.
Okay.
You should remember every
Every single
conversation
text you
ever
said.
should be remembered.
I remember when we used to text over when she was on her Europe trip, and I remember doing that because I would text her at like.
Well,
4
that was when we were actually dating.
Yes, but like I was at like it was like 4 p.m. my time, but it was like
It was like 10 p.m. my time.
dark 30 your time. So it was like weird texts. She's like, "Good night." I'm like, "It's 1 in the afternoon, but okay, good night."
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, thankfully Maya and I, we never really had a time difference to, balance our times too. I don't know.
Just for 3 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that wasn't too bad.
No.
But that's neither here nor there.
But the problem with us is not the time difference. The problem is that I don't text people back. I have an issue. And it's not that I do it on purpose. I'm just a horrible texter. I read the text and then I'm like, oh, let me just finish this one thing I'm doing. I'm going to reply it right back. Never again. 3 weeks go by. And then I look and I'm like too embarrassed to like, hey, 3 weeks ago you said this. So I just leave
Sorry
it be.
about that.
For me,
He's the worst. Don't even.
I'm okay
For, like,
when
other
it comes to
people, at least.
group chats. I'm not good because everyone's like bombarding stuff, and I'm like, that's why today I'm like, I'm gonna start something. So that's why I sent those videos of Lua when we're at the ranch. Because when people are talking like all over each other, like 7 people are in the same group chat talking, if I just butt in, I'm just gonna be like, I'll just like sit back and be the observer.
Or
But,
you
like, when it
monkey.
comes-
You send the monkey.
Yeah, I'll send the monkey. Be like, I'm here, guys. I'm listening.
The orangutan.
Yeah, but as long as like people like texting me like on their own, not a group chat kind of thing, it usually comes down to who texts me. Like some people, I just like, I'll get back to you tomorrow. I don't feel like it. Or some people, I'll just immediately text back if it's something kind of important. But there's been a handful of people in the past where I'm just like, meh.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
You just read it and you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I try to text back people as much as I can.
You were great. You were a great person. You were the greatest of us all. You replied, and Christine, you both replied to everybody. You're just so polite.
Except when you're on your phone looking at something and somebody texts you and you message them immediately back and they're like, and they're like, you responded very quickly.
Yeah, sometimes I'm afraid of that, but I've gotten over that at this point.
I just have
I'll
no
wait like 5 minutes if that happens.
I had no concept of that. If someone texts me and I see it, I'll usually text back right away.
And that's great. I don't overthink it either. I just don't respond.
Yeah, buzzer.
What was the longest you've ever left someone on red?
I think I've probably years. I think people I have never talked to them ever again.
Oh God!
There's people in Brazil being like, "Is Maya dead?"
Today's episode, we go through all of Maya's old text messages and see which one has been left on read the longest.
I haven't talked to you since middle school.
It was terrible.
It was middle school.
Or like a reply with my heart, you know. If it's the end of a conversation, they say something, I don't have anything else to add. I'll be like, okay, in my head, instead of saying okay.
Yep.
So there's been a lot of stuff that's happened since the last show. There's been vacations. There's been, concerts. There's been video game havings.
Airsoft.
People have visited here in Pittsburgh. Various family members, including some 2 people that are right here in front of us. You guys came too, I think, probably.
Oh no, they're that way.
Those guys. Oh, okay, yeah.
They jump out the
The ghosts.
They go.
The shadows on the wall.
Yeah. And the writing is on the wall.
Yes, because that's under oath.
I'm just ignore it.
I know that song.
Yeah. That was on one of the very first playlists I gave Maya when we were dating.
The first one.
Yeah, I made a playlist of a bunch of influential songs for my childhood, adulthood, both.
Your favorite?
Yeah, and one of them was Writing on the Walls, and
And that was really cute. And I was like, dang it, I just wanted free dinner.
And now I have a baby.
Exactly.
all it took was a playlist.
Just
Yeah.
a little
music.
mixtape, you know?
Easily influenced.
He left me roses by the stairs.
Like with music, because I gave Christine a mixtape as well, or mix CD, I guess you could say. But it actually took her like 3 tries for me to actually get her to try to listen to Demon Hunter, because there was one time, I think it was before we were dating. We were snowboarding and we were skiing and snowboarding, whatever, at Ski Sundown years and years ago, and that's when Extremist just came out.
Yeah.
And I knew she liked like hard rock and all that kind of stuff, so I tried to wean her in with like the slower songs off that album. And I'm like, these songs are really cool. I think you'll like them. And she's like, oh yeah, okay. And then we're like 15 minutes in the drive, and then she falls asleep, and I'm like, well, maybe next time.
I don't remember.
And I continued jamming to it. It was a long time ago.
Was that?
2017, right?
No, it was before we were dating.
But I thought Extremist came out 2017. Am I wrong?
It was after we were dating.
Extremist
We
was
started
like
dating in 2016.
Googling live on the show.
It was when we
I
were at
don't
Ski
have
Sundown.
my phone.
It's over here.
I
It's,
don't remember that. You
in a
remember
pit.
that. I don't
That's
remember it.
before dating.
It was because it was volleyball.
ooh, Holly-ball.
Volleyball.
That was a
It was
ball for Hollies.
2015.
Demon Hunter, I thought that was 2014, that album.
True Defiance was 2013.
2014. So it was probably
No way.
2015.
It was 2015.
It was probably 2015.
Okay, interesting.
So yeah, that long ago.
It was early December because volleyball was. Oh wait, no, it was prom that I asked you. And then.
You know, that was at Wachusett.
Uh,
It was before that. It was the time before that. It was a long time ago, and it took me like 2 or 3 tries to get her in Demon Hunter, and then something clicked.
I remember you sending me "I Will Fail You," and then you're like, "This is such a sad song," and I listened to it, and I'm like, "Oh, it's pretty good," and then I started listening to it. But the first introduction to like heavy metal was War of Ages Lionheart.
Yeah.
That was like my all-time favorite.
And that's why you
ever.
you listened to that, and then you went back to Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
That's like 3 tries.
There's always that stepping stone where once you get in the door, then you kind of backtrack and you're like, oh, I have to reevaluate English. All the stuff.
Tell me about it.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, we were rock fans for the longest time, and like the closest we got to metal was Dad's music. 80s, like 70s and 80s metal.
Like Striper.
Yeah,
The best metal.
Petra, pretty decent metal. I'm not gonna lie, but then there were dark forces that guided our path down the road. I'm thinking of Cousin Cody as a primary example, who just showed us like, The Devil Wears Prada, Attack, Asking Alexandria, and then then we found
Not
our way.
Asking Alexandria.
I think they're canceled now.
Are they?
I think so.
I never listened to them because it was too much for me.
They have some really good songs.
I'm sure I remember something.
I have a mixed CD of like 4 or 5 of their songs, and it's always my favorite because it reminds me of when I used to go to school.
Yeah.
Because I had because like some of the guys at school listen to metal is when they kind of got me that other side of metal where it's like Slipknot and Axing Alexandria and a little bit of Korn and all that stuff.
New metal.
And then more new metal style. So Axing Alexandria, I have like 2 or 3 songs I still have on in my car, and I blast them. Like, I'm great memories when I didn't have to pay a mortgage.
Simpler times.
Imagine
Yes.
that.
Yeah. So there was a couple gateway drug songs that kind of got us in the door to metal, but I think like the main album that did it was The World Is a Thorn by Demon Hunter. I think that's what like actually solidified it.
Because that was the first full Christian metal album that we had. And then, of course, Mom and Dad didn't really know about it. We just told them that it was a Christian band, and we showed them the lyrics and stuff. And they're like, okay, that's fine. And we're like, yes, we win. Success.
Right. And then,
Funny
here we
story
are.
about that. When I was in Brazil, like when I was a teenager, I started listening to Skillet a lot. And then I was like listening, and my mom was okay with it because it was a Christian band. And then I started listening to like Slipknot and like System of a Down, which was my favorite. And my mom was like, is this devil music? And I'm like, oh, it's Skillet, Mom. Because like she didn't speak English, neither did I, so I could say whatever.
Yeah.
And she was fine with it.
It's Christian.
It starts with an S.
Okay.
System
of a Down.
I'm just imagining like System of a Down's like very anti-establishment, chaotic lyrics, and you're like, it's Skillet, Mom. It's a Christian band. They're singing about
fine.
God. And he's like, lettuce, cheeseburger, onion, lettuce, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that one song is. Oh my gosh.
Or they're acting like absolute weirdos on stage, going like, la 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 la, meow 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 meow. And you're like,
Yeah.
what's going on, man?
So great.
Christine, what was your was it Luke showing you Demon Hunter that was your breakthrough to metal, or was there like a song that you got instantly hooked to and you're like, oh, this is something new and I like it?
Well, so I was a pretty big like worship song person when I was growing up.
I'm so
like
sorry.
A lot of like
I like what?
it wasn't like bad, but like it was a lot of like the old school Petra
Yeah.
and stuff like that, which was great. Like I love that stuff. And then my dad and his friend Rick took our Noah and I to a Creed and Skillet concert. But Creed was like the headline. Skillet was the opener.
Yeah.
So they opened for Creed. I absolutely like instantly fell in love with Skillet right then and there. We were like nosebleed seats.
Mm-hmm.
Not nosebleed, but like pretty far off. So we ended up getting like a Awaken Alive album. Well, I didn't, but my friend Noah did. And we listened to it on the drive back home that night. Side note, I did fall asleep to Creed, but that's because I can sleep through anything.
And then the next day they disbanded.
No, they didn't.
They did.
No, it wasn't. Not the next day.
It was pretty soon after.
It was pretty soon after, but it wasn't the next day. But my dad thought I passed out, and so he was like trying to like get me awake for the Creed concert.
Yeah.
And I was like totally not. But we listened to the Awakening Live album on our way back home. I instantly fell in love with Skillet. I can't remember what song it was. I'm fairly certain it was Lucy. And that was what got me hooked onto Skillet because it was so like sentimental and it was kind of slow, but also like kind of like loud, not loud, but like. And now it's over. Like almost kind of screamy, but not really. You know?
Yeah.
It has some soul to it. That's
yeah, like raspy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of got me into like the harder rock portion of Christian music. And then it was after that it was the Demon Hunter, War of Ages especially, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Because they had a lot. It wasn't so much slower, but I could hear and know what they were saying better.
Yeah.
And War of Ages has guitar solos like Striper.
Right, yeah. So it was kind of like that. But even so, like my dad listened to the hard 80s metal, hair metal, Striper. I didn't so much listen to the heavier Petra versions of their songs, like Jekyll and Hyde. I knew of it.
Oh, such a good album.
I didn't listen to it. I listened to the Coloring Song and More Power to Ya and Beyond Belief.
I would still consider those to be like Christian, Christian rock contemporary, something like that. Where
Yeah, they're
it's like
more
slower.
contemporary.
It's not
Yeah.
metal by any means. It's like it's got guitars and stuff, but it's not metal.
Yeah. Like in
But they have metal music, kind of.
Right,
thing.
yeah. I didn't know that Petra was metal. I thought they were more like a contemporary worship band.
So when she thinks Petra, she goes, how's the Coloring Song go?
Pew, pew, pew,
Blue is the color of
Very
roses.
Beatles.
And then yeah, it's the Beatles. And then when we think of Petra, we think like
Jekyll and Hyde.
like full on like scream, wow, and like yeah.
Yeah.
So when she showed me that, I'm like, this is Petra, and she's like, and then I showed her Jekyll and Hyde, and she's like, this is Petra. I'm like, yeah.
So we knew like two different types of Petra, basically.
Which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
So
I
that's
feel like
how
that
it kind of happened.
That happens to a lot of bands, though. Like, if you look over their discography, you're like, oh, this is a wildly different sound. Perfect example.
Skillet. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they've gotten a little.
They've gone woo woo woo.
I mean,
I
they've
don't really
stayed-
know where they're at right now.
Yeah, they've stayed pretty consistent since, I guess, Collide. I mean, that was like 20 years ago at this point.
Well,
But, yeah,
the last two albums have sounded very different from Rise and Awake. They have a lot more of that like Tory aspect to it, where it's more like synthesizers.
Like, there's a certain level of catchiness.
Yeah,
Not-
there's like
Not that Awake wasn't catchy, but, like, you know,
Awake is just amazing.
it's a
To me,
near,
that they
10 out of 10.
peaked right there.
it's a near perfect album.
they peaked at Awake, they hit the top at Rise, and then they slowly went down, which is why it was called Rise, because they knew that was their breaking point.
That was their rise.
I like Awake better than Rise, but I also like Unleashed
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Unleashed was good too.
I don't even know anything about the new one, to be kind
I'm
of
still I'm a big Collide guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like
just heavy.
2004, 2003.
Yeah.
Big Collide guy.
Hold on, the mic wasn't. Hold on, I have to re-say that. I'm a big Collide guy. There we go. The mic got it.
Okay. We just had to put it there for the record.
Just so you know, let the record show.
But they also had the John Cooper spin-off band that was more heavy, right? It was what are they called?
Oh.
Just talk to him.
Fight the Fury.
Fight the Fury. That's right.
That was dope. When that came out, I was like, heck yeah, let's go.
There were sections of that album, or EP, I should say, where like there was 1 or 2 songs that had like the like guitar riff mixed with the bass and mixed with the drums that sounded exactly like Slipknot. So the first time I heard it, I'm like, hold on a second, this is familiar. And then I went back to them, like, that sounds like almost identical to some of the chords that Slipknot does, which I thought was really cool.
And John already said in some other interviews that he listens to Slipknot a lot, and he gets a lot of musical reference from them.
Yeah, and Striper, like he loved, almost idolized Striper at some points.
That's why they had a concert not too long ago, and they played with Striper, and he was like freaking out. He's like, "Striper's here," kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you've been in music for 30 years or whatever, and then you open for, or they open, or I don't remember how it went, but you play with like your favorite band growing up, it's like dream come true. I hit
That must be
my
crazy.
peak. I'm retiring now.
There's something like that recently. There was like I forget the name of the band, but some band opened for, it was either Beartooth or Mastodon, and then like 10 years later, Beartooth or Mastodon opened for that original band.
Oh.
Like that small band, that small opening band eventually surpassed this huge band, and then the roles reversed. It was crazy.
That's what's going on right now with this other band. It's not it's shoot. In Flames is there's 3 bands. It's Whitechapel, then In Flames, and then Mega Grosh, whatever. I don't know how you say it. It's like MEGGUSH something or other. Anyway,
Meshuggah.
but yes, something like that. But In Flames has like 3 million followers on Spotify, and then that other band has like 400,000. So I feel like that's the same thing where In Flames, granted, is more popular, but this other band has probably been around for an extra 20 years. So they're opening for them just because of like a seniority kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which I think is kind of cool. It's like, hey, you guys have been around longer. You can take the stage front for this one.
Yeah. I mean, in maybe a month or 2 ago, I went to a concert up in Erie, and as you guys know, War of Ages is from Erie originally, and so when War of Ages was playing there, they had all these opening bands. Like there's some local. There was one band where it was their first reunion in 15 years, and it was their only show that they were going to do, like a one-off type event.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's what I pray for from exiting the fall, but we know will never happen.
It's not going to happen. I don't think the lead singer's coming back. But one of my new favorite bands, Convictions, very small on Spotify. I think they have 60,000 monthly listeners. But they opened for War of Ages, and I think Convictions had a better show than War of Ages. Don't come at me.
If you were there at Soulfest, that was great. That was like one of the best shows I've seen from War of Ages in a long time.
Well, War of Ages on the Inside Out stage, not inside the building, though.
I liked it in the building.
The building was good, but like when you're outside, you could have the pit, you could have the wall, you could have people moshing, and he would jump out into the stands and stuff like that. In the building, you're not allowed to jump anymore because
the floor broke, right?
There've been stories of like them breaking it and snapping and the floor collapsing.
That would be bad.
So
that's what you get when you put a metal show inside a building.
Yeah, just don't do that. Put them outside. Put them on the revival stage.
Wasn't it like super rainy that day and it was like all mud? That's why
I don't know.
But it was a good show. That was like one of my favorite.
You have to put it close.
It's so.
It broke. The makeup food is broken.
You almost want to be kissing it.
I don't want to kiss it. I already did something else to it.
There it goes.
That's what you did.
But yeah, I think honestly that was good. And then what was the band that I saw? Was it TFK with you and Nick Bertafay? No, it was
at Soulfest.
No, it wasn't at Soulfest. It was at a different stage years ago.
Inside Out?
No, it wasn't
Soulfest?
It wasn't Soulfest. It was a separate thing.
Oh, it was probably the Webster in Hartford.
I thought it was with one of the Vertifays.
With Noah and his ex-girlfriend. That was TFK and We As Human.
It was TFK and We As Human.
Yeah.
That was a good concert. I
Your
like
zombie.
that. Yeah.
I remember mom
We were
was
right there. We were,
mom
like,
was sick
right
as a dog.
Were you there too, Caleb?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's all
Mom.
like, I was with you and Nick
was-
Vertepe. Every names
I don't
everybody.
remember.
Were you there, Caleb?
Sorry, Caleb. I'm
all
probably
good.
certain you were there, but I just want to make sure that you knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, it sounded really familiar because you're like, it was TFK at some other area. I'm
And,
like,
yeah, we as human.
yeah. I mean,
I think the oddest concert I've ever been to, I could say, was when we saw Cutlass in Scotland, Connecticut, in just a church.
yeah, that was so weird.
And everyone was standing there just like, for every single band that played, there's like 3 bands that played, every single person watching just stood there and didn't move at all. And as soon as Cutlass came on, like our entire family was like jamming out and stuff, and like there's like a couple people looking at us funny. I'm like, if you don't know any of these bands, then what are you even doing here?
Yeah, it's probably like, the church was like, yeah,
Come support.
Yeah, come support. We're having a concert, whatever. And then
Yeah.
like there's fans like us who are like, oh no, we're absolutely into this thing.
Yeah.
This was where Gus and Ella used to live in Scotland. It's like 15 minutes away from the house.
It's just east of Willimantic.
Oh, and I didn't even know there was a town called Scotland in Connecticut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty close to us. And
crazy.
Cutlass was just at a church.
Middle of
nice.
nowhere. Middle of nowhere they just played. So that was definitely the oddest concert I've ever been to say the least.
Yeah, for sure.
But we haven't been to a lot of concerts together at all, really.
Just Soulfest and then a couple.
We
like,
saw
one-offs.
we went to the Palladium in Worcester to see
Mhm.
Red and
Yeah.
In Flames.
Same.
In Flames was great.
And Flam was great, but I was there for Red.
Yeah, and Red sucked.
And Red just was like.
What else did we see? We didn't see anyone else together, I don't think.
Didn't we
We
see
saw
Red?
NF.
Mm-hmm. We saw Red.
Saw NF a while ago, and we're gonna see Valley Heart next week.
I'm
Ooh.
Super
I'm
excited.
Gonna be crippled for it. It's gonna be
Nice.
At least it's not. If it was a metal concert, I would say, maybe
Maybe not.
maybe not. But it's Valley Heart, just kind of
great.
hang
Yeah.
out.
I'll just scream my lungs out.
And fun fact is that the lead singer said they're releasing a new song on Friday, which is the same day as the concert. So I'm super curious if they're gonna actually play a new song.
Oh, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think that'd be super cool. It's like, and we got a new song for you guys.
Dead.
I mean, I think that's what War of Ages did. Like,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what happened to you guys.
yeah, I think they played like 1 or 2 new songs at the show. Because the album dropped on that same day. They
Yeah.
did Famine and then one other one, but I forget which one it was.
Such a good album.
Oh, such a good album.
I've been listening to it on repeat on work, like twice a day. I'll listen to it.
Yeah. So good. I wish you were more into metal because it's
You
so
know
good.
what I'm into?
Mm.
Aerosmith, and I saw them. And
I
let me
know.
tell
I
you,
saw.
Yes!
Oh man.
I cried to this day because it was the best feeling I've ever had. Like, I've always been obsessed with them. I grew up listening. My dad had all the, what's it called?
Records.
Records. I call it vinyl.
It too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same thing.
Okay, so my dad had the record, and like I grew up listening to them, and I've always loved it. And to be able to see after like they've been in residency in Las Vegas for the last God knows how many years, 10 years or whatever, and they do this Peace Out tour, and Pittsburgh was the second concert. They did Philadelphia and then Pittsburgh. And then I think they did 2 more, and then Steven Tyler broke his throat or whatever. They
jeez.
they cancel, they postpone every single other show, and I was able to see them before anything happened.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're on pause. They're not touring anymore because he
He has to
his
heal.
vocal cords, his
probably
larynx,
snapped.
whatever.
Larynx.
Yeah,
Gee.
he hurt it really bad, and he's recovering. They posted saying like they're gonna postpone until 2024, but God knows if they're even gonna come back. The guy's 75 years old, and he sings like 30 years ago. It was like I cried just to remember. That was like the most epic thing I've ever seen in my life. It was amazing.
I can imagine.
And it was like
Especially when they're.
Okay.
I was gonna say, especially since they're also one of those like one of the iconic bands
Like, they
from
have
that
a whole
time.
ride at Disney World.
Well, yes, you don't even have a ride at Disney World to be iconic, but like they're one of like those top 5 like rock bands of that era. Like if you know anything about music, you know this name. Kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like
And
you know Queen, you know
Yeah.
AC/DC, you know Aerosmith, and you know the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And
like,
Metallica.
a week before that, you were saying that you shouldn't go. You're like, should I still go to the show?
Yeah, I was all like, well, maybe because, you know,
Yeah.
and that's like speaking a little about being a mom. Like, you feel guilty about everything, and everything you do that doesn't revolve around the baby, you feel like you shouldn't be doing because you should be with your baby. And I felt really guilty leaving her, and it was also the first day we sent her to daycare, so I
Right.
was already emotional, crying my eyes out the whole day. So then I was like, and then after all that, I'm still gonna leave her and go to the concert. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of glad I did. She was here with Caleb and with,
Yeah.
you know, Mom and Nona. Was
And-
Nona?
Yeah, and Ruth.
Ruth?
Yeah, they were all here.
Not Nona then.
Night. Nope.
Was that the time
Not
before?
No, it was
It
Mom
was-
and Nona only.
It was
Oh.
Ruth didn't come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was like, it was amazing. I'm so glad I did, because I would never have that opportunity again. One, because
No.
now he's sick, and two, they're probably not going to be around for that long
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, if you didn't go to that concert, you'll probably be kicking yourself now or for the rest of your life. Like I should have, because my mom has that, like 10 years ago.
Your mom.
My mom,
Your mom.
my mom.
Not his
Only
mom.
your mom.
Only
My mom
yours.
too. My mom.
Their mom.
Mrs.
Our mom.
Soderberg, Britain Soderberg. Anyways, like 10 years ago, she had the opportunity to go see U2 at Mohegan Sun. It was like pretty close tickets, and she still talks about that. Granted, it's
She
U2,
does.
and they're kind of okay, they're average. But she skipped out on the opportunity to go see him, and she still talks about it. I'm like, Mom, it was like $40 to go see him. Like $40 to go see one of those big bands that you've always
Yeah.
been talking about.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
She has that like, oh, I should have gone to see him. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, it's $40.
It is
Yeah.
what it is.
See him once. It's a bucket list thing. You check it off your bucket list. Done.
Yep. I've never spent a lot for concerts. I think the most expensive one was probably Demon Hunter.
How much was that?
It was like, what, like 35 each?
Really?
That's
Something
it.
like that. It was pretty.
That's the most you've spent.
It was. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think.
I wish, because
Inflation.
the
Yeah.
bands that I like are like,
Oh, Aerosmith was crazy.
Bleacher
crazy.
seats. Well, absolute nosebleeds for Blink-182 this year. Next year, I think is like $100.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's for
So
nosebleeds.
I got
Average.
absolute nosebleed seats for Aerosmith, and it was 150.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
That's the thing about those huge bands, that you do have to pay the price, which is kind of why I also stick to listening to smaller bands, so that when they pop around, it's like $30, $20, cool, yeah. And then like when Slipknot comes to town, it's like, ooh, that's a
Yeah.
lot more than $20.
That.
But
that-
because you saved so much with the other ones,
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
like that's okay.
Well, the thing is, even for the show that we went to, my buddy and I, we had a couple of, his brother and his dad came with us, so we got sitting seats. So we're kind of like in the first row of the second area, and at the SH and U or whatever, the SHNU is like what they call the SHNU in Manchester. No matter what seat you have in that building, it's a really good seat. So I thought we were gonna be like middle of nowhere, you can't see them, but it was $40 tickets, and we could still see them really well.
yeah.
So now I'm like, well, if they ever come back, I'm getting Pit so that I can be down there where everybody's, going nuts and stuff like that. And even that ticket was like $80.
Yeah, and that's not that bad for Pitt because.
But we
like,
couldn't do it because his brother's like 14 or 15 years old and he would have got
Ah,
destroyed. So we were like, we can't do
I've
that.
seen people in the pit that have no business being there, but they still are there. They
Yeah.
still go hard.
Some
But they
dude
were
who's like
responsible.
6'8" and 300 pounds. No business being in the pit. Excuse me, sir. Piggyback ride for safety.
People like that, they're usually the pit masters. They're the ones in
Yeah.
the middle that are kind of controlling the crowd.
That sounds like they're doing barbecue.
That's
The
right.
pitmaster.
I mean, they look like a barbecue pitmaster, though. They're like,
They do.
6 foot plus, like 250 to 300 pounds, and just bearded and sweaty. And they just stand and they like bounce people.
They're like a wall.
You
Yeah.
okay, buddy? You okay, buddy?
Get up.
That's nice. That's nice though. They're like the security, unpaid security guard.
Yeah. Like safety on top of safety, because like everyone in the pit everyone should know pit etiquette, safety tips. If someone falls, you immediately pick them up. If someone drops their glasses, you pick up the glasses, everything like that. So the pitmasters are a step on top of that, where they're making sure that people aren't going too crazy and knocking into random people on the outside.
Like if they see somebody being extra rambunctious, they kind of like grab them like, hey,
no more.
And then they continue. Like, calm down, buddy.
Yeah.
And then if they say, whatever, then he'll go, oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah,
then they get
fight?
bombed. No, they get bombed.
Yeah. They get squatted.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many crazy pit stuff. The concerts I've been to, it's been pretty chill.
I have videos of the Slipknot one, and I'm sure Maya knows the song Spit It Out off their first album, but there's a part where it's like, we're time to get this record straight, and and then it like bounces up, he yells everyone to jump up or whatever, and the entire ground is like on, like sitting basically, and everyone jumps up at the same time. They're all like going nuts and stuff.
It's awesome.
And obviously during some of the big songs, during certain parts, there's like 6 separate mosh pits going on. So it was kind of cool in that aspect of being in the bleachers, because then I get an idea of like, okay, if I ever get down there, there's going to be multiple areas, so I kind of have to be careful about where I go.
Yeah.
But
And
I've been in pits before. So I'm not worried.
Oh yeah, you know what it's like.
I have too, because I've been thrown into one while I was pregnant. And
Oh, really,
Oh
Caleb?
my gosh.
We did not know that she was pregnant at the time. I want to alleviate myself.
With that woman.
What'd you say, Christine?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Okay. I swear I didn't know.
I pushed her instead.
Yeah.
It was fun though, because like I don't like you guys. Different from you guys. I don't like metal. You know, metal. I'm more into like 80s metal and like cute little indie bands. Shout out to the Q-Tip Bandits, amazing band.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty awesome. And like, but like I came to find out that I really like metal concerts. Because the vibe is just great when you're there.
Everybody's happy, yeah.
Everybody's in the mood, and like the environment is pretty cool, and I don't know, I like the concert more than, which the thing is, I will never listen to it on my daily life, so I'm never gonna know the songs, but I'm gonna be happy at the concert.
And it seems like also metal fans are super chill as well. Like most of them are just kind of like, "What's up, man?" Blah, blah. But then when you go to like not to throw any names under the bus, but a Swiftie, it's a straight up cult. I'm sorry, but everyone's
I
freaking
absolutely
out.
love Taylor Swift, and I don't care about it.
It is cultish though.
It is cultish.
It is like her fans are like obsessed, and that's
Nuts, though.
okay.
If you like
But-
Taylor Swift, that's one thing. But if you're like obsessing over her by any means, it's like, okay, well, you're one of those.
I have a friend, oh my god, I never seen anything like that. She is like, her life, she has fan clubs and everything. Her life is Taylor Swift. She is like almost 30, like my age. And, which is fine, love that. But she's like not gonna impose it on you. But everything she does revolves around Taylor Swift.
Oy.
It is crazy.
I can't base around my life around an artist.
Around anything, like other
How?
than your own family or your life, you know?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. It's, I mean, for me, I kind of, like, I have a bunch of different hobbies, and then there's different seasons that I can get into stuff. Like, there'll be a couple months I'm super into RuneScape or super into Airsoft, and, like, I kind of, my media consumption is based around those things, but I'm not, like, posting all the time on social media. I'm like, guys, we need to find a group to go to the latest Skillet concert. Everyone has to be there, and then you like post fanfics of like, you know, what was that?
Fanfics?
Like the people.
I love a good fanfic.
The people back in the day where they were just getting into the Skillet hype train were shipping John and Jen.
No.
I know, it was
They
bad.
had
It was really bad.
I
He's
used
married
to do
Corey,
that.
And then
Wait, what did Christine say?
I used to do that because I didn't know.
You didn't
that was
know.
not
That's
intentional.
okay.
I did not
I
mean to throw you under
didn't
the bus,
know.
but I just did.
She didn't
Yeah,
know.
there's two Coopers.
also-
There's two Coopers in that band.
I didn't know. I saw them and I was like, oh, that's really cute. They're singing a song together because Corey didn't really sing.
What is
Right.
It
that
was just,
song?
like,
What is that
there.
song that they sing together and it's like
They
really
sing
soft?
Fire
Awaken-
and Fury
Awaken
and then
Alive.
Awaken Alive, yeah. But with mine, it was like Fire and Fury. Like that was like
That was
an
later,
intimate
though.
song.
That was pretty late.
But
Okay, but
I
there is that
understand.
one other
But it was an
one.
intimate song.
So I didn't know they were married, either Corey and John, but Jen and John sing that one lovey-dovey song.
It's
I
on
see
Awake,
you
right?
walking by. Na, 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 na. You know what song I'm talking about.
Remember, I don't even know your name. You're going through so much, but I know that I
will
be the one to hold you every single day.
You okay?
Yours to hold.
Yeah!
Yours to hold. Are you gonna sing the whole song to know the name? we're getting there. We're getting there.
That was gonna be our first dance song, but it was too fast.
But
Yeah.
we ended up on just straight up Demon Hunter from 2004.
Yeah, and then you went to like.
What it is?
We tried doing the instrumental
They didn't know.
strings version, and they're
No.
like, Demon Hunter, heartstrings come undone. And then it goes, down, 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 down. I'm like, oh.
No, but that was the cherry on top of the cake, though. That was perfect.
Oh, yeah. It almost gets us more so where it's like, that's what we kind of listen to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody didn't seem phased. My mom was like, "Oh, they played the wrong song. Just cut it out."
We
All
love
right,
you, Mrs.
everyone just stay
Diane.
still for like 5 seconds.
And cut back in. Okay. Here we
That
go.
wasn't 5 seconds. Let's try it again.
And we're back.
We're back.
Okay, but you know what? You guys keep on going. Keep the vibe, and I'm gonna get myself another drink.
Honestly, I feel like going to get myself another drink.
Okay, I'll go get you another.
All right.
All right. I'll stay right here.
Caleb and I will talk. It'll be great.
Do you want anything?
Oh no, I'm good.
Good.
I'm drinking straight vodka.
Bro, I can't keep mixing drinks. Why did you give me that if I can't have another?
Make it a light one, yo.
He doesn't have any more.
Crazy town.
You know what? Not to be that person that does free, advertising or anything, but this is the best thing ever invented.
Oh my gosh, yes.
By humans.
Throwback.
So good.
So good.
Probably better than
Jinx.
Bailey's.
Yeah, honestly.
But yeah, things
Stuff.
and whatnot.
Sure is.
So is Valley Heart in Manchester, New Hampshire?
No, it's in Boston,
Okay.
area.
Okay.
We were trying to get Micah to go, but I think he knew his plan that he wanted to go into the military. So if things end up getting escalated, he might not be able to join us. So I don't think he's gonna join us for the concert, even though I wanted him to.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
All is good.
Yeah. It's gonna be a chill time.
It'll be good. I'm excited. I hope maybe we just bring a foldable chair, just in case.
Is it outdoors?
No, it's indoors, but it's like they don't have any seating. It's just like a standing thing, I think. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll see.
Yep. See how
I'm
it
sure it
goes.
will be fine.
It'll be fun regardless.
Yeah.
There's
no,
not gonna
I'm
be any
hop-
mosh pits to knock your arm over. and
Right,
out and
right.
broken again.
I'm hoping that they play 4th of July,
Oh,
and
nice.
then I'm hoping that even though it's a duo song with Hugs and Valley Heart, that they do Without a Doubt, because that's like one of my favorite Valley Heart duo songs.
Mm.
But any of the songs, like I've listened to all their albums on repeat, like I'll know any of them.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I just burped. That was rude.
That was very rude.
I'm sorry. I'm a very casual Valley Heart guy. Like, I will, if it's on a playlist, I'll usually skip a song. I know that's a sin, but like,
It's okay. We all
Yeah.
do it.
yeah. I skip other good songs too, so
Yeah.
depends on the mood I'm in.
Yeah. I've skipped a lot of Red songs recently.
Yeah.
Although their song Surrogates is really good. Their new album.
I love Surrogates so much.
Aw, that's nice, honey, because I'm never getting pregnant again.
That was a good one.
That was great. That was very quick thinking. That was great.
Witty.
You think I'm joking? That's the funny part.
I didn't think you were joking. I understand.
You said it very, very forwardly and bluntly, where it was like, "Oh no, it's not a joke. It might be funny, but it's not a joke." But
I
yeah,
didn't really like. I didn't really like any of the other songs on their new album.
Yeah, I only listened to the album once, so I might need to revisit it. But it sounded very samey. I don't know.
You got me fancy whiskey.
YOLO.
You're gonna see some faces.
What?
The fancy whiskey.
It's smoother.
That's why I tell Maya. I'm like,
cold.
"Oh, this thing is more expensive," and she's like, "Blah."
It burns.
It burns auspicious.
It burns like too much jelly on there.
No, what?
I feel that with all my heart.
Can I sip your Surrogates?
Smell like went straight up my nostrils.
The smell went straight up her nostrils. Ugh.
Tickle fight.
She's eating me again.
Again?
No.
No, you bit her, and that's why her arm is in the cast, because she has no arm anymore.
Yes.
I got
You
no
were
arm.
the bear, and you're dead.
little did you know.
Happy Halloween!
On Treehouse of Horror.
Oh, are you guys doing a Halloween thing this year?
No.
Maybe I can find something that's funny with my right side.
But where are we going?
No.
You should do Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh my gosh, I should. You should.
No, I won't even need a costume.
No, you can be the doctor that tries to help me, and then we can just play Jekyll and Hyde on repeat.
Wait, no.
That would be so awesome.
No, pause. No, Jekyll and Hyde are the same person, yo.
Yeah,
That's
she's
what
gonna
she's
be
saying.
Jekyll and Hyde.
I
No.
could be Jekyll on one side and then Hyde on the other.
Oh, I thought you meant Luke.
And he's the doctor.
No, I
he's the
thought-
doctor.
No, but
Let me
Dr.
inspect you
Jekyll is the
here.
doctor.
That's
no.
his
Like-
doctor.
Mr. Hyde. Time for me to inspect you.
No. I meant like an outside doctor, like some random doctor that's trying to check him out, like being like, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you?" You know?
Like a psychiatric.
Yeah.
Psychiatric.
I don't have.
Or like a private detective who's trying to figure out the murders.
Like,
Or Mario from Mario and Luigi.
What a combination.
or Mario from Mario and Luigi. That was amazing.
This extended universe is getting really weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have the mental capability of doing anything this weekend aside from going to see Five Nights at Freddy's on.
Yeah. We're seeing FNAF in a big theater.
Mike keeps bonking me.
That's
That's
our
like a fun time.
That's going to be our Halloween thing this year. Seeing
It's with Peter Millark.
It is.
Yes.
I've been waiting.
Peter.
I've been waiting 9.
Peter.
Peanut, the class is here.
I've been waiting 9 years for this movie. So far, I was
that?
told by one of my coworkers, Noah. No, he saw reviews, and he said that the IMDb scoring was pretty low, but then the viewer rating was like a 97 or 96. So I'm
interesting.
hoping it's good and it's true to the games and stuff like that, because
The
people
general
hate
lore.
because the IMDb hated the Mario movie because it wasn't pushing anything, and then people saw it and was like, "This is a great kids movie. It's got your hero, it's got your protagonist, antagonist. You need as a victim. It has a story. It has a plot line." And people are like, "This is great." And then IMDb people are like, "Oh, but it doesn't have these things that have to be in every movie now." And everyone's like, "This is great. Stop.
Yeah.
Mario, good movie." And I think this is what's happening with this movie too.
Could be.
But we'll see. We'll see on Sunday. I'm excited
Also
if people
streaming on
watch.
Peacock too.
I miss going to the movies.
It is on Peacock, and my dad told me yesterday, and I was like, so we didn't need to buy tickets.
to see it in theaters though.
And,
Yeah,
but a theater
But now we
experience
have
is
a hurt
different.
dog
Yeah,
and a
it's
hurt human.
But I mean,
It is so much better to see in the big screen.
Especially like a scary movie like that would be really good. Like
Yeah.
anything either epic or scary is good in a theater. If you're seeing like, I don't know, Pursuit of
Avengers
Happiness,
Endgame.
yeah, or Cheaper by the Dozen or something, it's like, But if you're watching Marvel or Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or superheroes or spooky,
you gotta see that in theaters.
It Chapter 1 or 2 that I saw in theaters, which was awesome. We saw Logan in theater.
Logan was great. That was
We watched that this year. It was a really
Have you
good
seen
movie still.
Logan? The Wolverine one.
I
Oh,
have
such
never
a good.
seen any-
Okay,
You will cry.
this Logan movie was everything I wished that they did beforehand, but they couldn't because they're trying to steer in that kid audience.
No, I think.
But
they're
they've been
just
doing-
bad. I think they're just bad movies.
What, X-Men?
No. But I'm saying like they're more cartoon based.
They're nostalgic.
They're nostalgic.
Yeah.
They're bad, but they're nostalgic. So they try to grab that younger audience, kind of like those early Marvel movies did, where it's kind of like just punching people and stuff like that. And then this Logan movie is like heartfelt. It's got like emotional stuff. It's got
blood.
gore in it, and I'm like, what? So
I never got into X-Men. I never watched a single X-Men movie because when I was a kid in Open TV, the one for free, there was like this channel where there's great cartoons in the morning, but for me to get to the cartoons I wanted to watch, the first ones were like X-Men and Max 2, and I absolutely hated it waiting for like Winx to start because I wanted to watch Winx and the Spy Girls, whatever the name was. But they had like freaking Wolverine and whatever Max 2. I was so mad. So I never got into the movies.
that's
Yeah,
funny.
it's night and day.
What did Christine say?
I just wanted to watch my wings.
Where's my?
I liked that show too. I also liked Spies.
Yeah. The Clover, the three girls, right?
Yeah, the three girls.
I absolutely love that.
No idea.
Powerpuff
No
Girls.
idea.
Not Powerpuff
Yeah.
Girls.
Totally Spies.
Totally Spies.
There it is. Totally Spies. It had spies
Kim
in it.
Possible.
Kim
Kim
Possible. And the only like big superhero animation series I used to watch was Ultimate Spider-Man and Teen Titans.
Oh my
The
god.
old
I
Teen
was
Titans, where the same art
The
style
old
is like,
Teen Titans
where it's
that
like
was the
What's New-
anime.
it's like What's New Scooby-Doo, kind of.
Yeah.
I was
And
old there.
obviously Scooby-Doo. But
I was already
What?
too old there.
what?
Teen
You
Titans
didn't get.
is like past my generation. I
That was
think.
like
Really?
That's like mid 2000s.
I thought that I was on the younger generation of that. No?
No,
No.
you're in the tail end.
Nope.
I watched Jack Chan the cartoon, Dungeons
What?
and Dragons the cartoon. What else?
Ooh.
He-Man, but probably because it was in Brazil and we're a little
Aw, He-Man.
late.
He-Man's good.
Oh yeah, He-Man was 80s.
He-Man.
G.I. Joe was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Except for nobody died in that. They just got on parachutes and went.
I
Oh,
was just talking to
no.
Maya about this today, because like the original G.I. Joe cartoon was in the 80s, and it's very, obviously for kids, but it was a classic. But then they made live action movies in the late 2000s, and I was just telling Maya, because I put on TFK's Fire It Up, and that was like the main trailer song
Yep.
when that movie came out, and the first movie came out on my birthday.
Yeah. You know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
With
a song.
Channing
it's like,
Tatum.
Yeah, it's a song that plays through the whole trailer.
Yeah.
That just made my day.
Channing Tatum.
I loved him.
What was that lady's name? His girlfriend. Not Bayonetta, because that's a video game.
I can't even think what she looks like.
Mila Kunis?
No, the evil lady with under What?
I'll look it up.
Spy.
G.I. Joe,
Oh.
the first movie.
I have no idea.
Oh
names.
yes, the one that was like brainwashed.
Yeah, and he was like falling in love with her.
Yeah,
and she,
that
like,
was sad.
backstabbed him.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was
she
really
came back
sad.
at the very end.
And then she died. Rip to that lady.
Rip.
The second GI Joe movie was terrible.
Oh yeah, G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra. Well, the character's name is Scarlet.
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah, good movie.
Good.
A good bad movie.
Pouring out for a good one.
That was so cute that you guys did that together. Oh, babe.
Blech. Nasty.
Hmm.
We should watch that. I'll have to show you that movie. It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
have
honestly,
a
the first one's good. The second one, I hated after the first 15 minutes.
Yeah,
No spoilers.
everyone did.
No spoiler.
Well, it's like Rogue One.
Did you ever like start a movie and then in the middle or like right after the beginning you were like, I don't like this movie? Do you stop
Eternals.
watching or do you commit to it?
Eternals.
It happened just with Eternals, the Marvel movie that came out a year or two ago. We got
bad,
15
bad
minutes
movie.
in and turned it off. We're like,
It was
nope.
like, oh, you turned it off then.
Yeah.
Because I can't do that. If I'll suffer through it to finish it. Otherwise, my OCD will be like,
Here's the thing. It was so bad and so boring to me.
it was boring.
We were 20 minutes into it, and I'm like, I don't want to waste 2 hours of my life watching this. And we turned it off. We went on YouTube. Like YouTube, I'd rather scroll through YouTube randomly for an hour than watch Eternals.
Honestly, that's probably
Although-
the best choice.
Yeah.
We
I
did miss
started
on-
watching it.
We missed out on the
watched
only.
it.
I was gonna say the only thing we missed out on was the only sex scene in Marvel ever.
That's true.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, that was cringe.
I don't even remember what it was. That's all I know is there was a sex
What were
scene.
you gonna say, Maya?
I forgot.
No, it was about
It was about Eternals.
Eternals.
Oh, okay, so we watched it. I didn't hate it, but it was like, meh, you know?
Yeah, like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah,
It was there.
it was there.
I'd say 2 out of 10.
We didn't even finish it. It's a 0 out of 10.
You said 4 out of 10.
No, she said meh, and I'm like, yeah, so about a 4 out of 10.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, 0.
We didn't finish it. We barely
Or-
got
We
through the
did.
first act.
Unclassifiable.
We did, but if you ask me about anything about that movie, I won't even be able to tell you.
Angelina Jolie. That's it.
That's true.
Salma Hayek.
Yeah, Salma Hayek was in it.
The dude, 2 dudes from Game of Thrones.
Yep. Not Sean Bean.
Not Sean Bean. The Stark boys.
R.I.P. to a real one.
Rob Stark and Jon Snow.
Jon Snow was in that movie?
Yeah, he was the human.
I would never remember if you tell me that.
Who's a human?
He was a human.
In the end credits scene, he's not a human
He's
anymore.
a scroll.
Oh, Secret Invasion? That's probably the worst Marvel thing.
True.
We
I
also
really
got one
liked
episode
it.
through it and skipped the rest.
That
Huh?
and what was the other thing? It was a Star Wars. Alden.
I told him about this. We didn't finish
What's the other one?
Andor?
Andor.
It's not
That's
Alden.
that's a pretty
I'm an
okay
idiot.
show. You should probably
We didn't
finish
watch the last
What is
3 episodes.
Andor. It's a Star Wars show.
Oh, okay.
It's before episode 4 when they get the Death Star plans.
It just started so slow. That's it.
I feel like now that we're in a fresh head where we haven't watched it in a year.
maybe we try to rewatch.
No. We start after they get through the base and just continue those last 3 episodes.
Yeah, because
Because
he
went to the people.
at the end.
Yeah, he went to the people in the valley. The people in the valley went to the base. They stole the stuff and they got out. And then we continue from that point where they got out.
Yeah.
That literally sent chills down my spine that you were able to skip episodes. I would never be able to do
He
that.
didn't skip. They just stopped watching the
We
series.
stopped
he said
watching.
we skipped that. We skipped to the part where we start this.
No, he's
Well,
saying
yeah,
if
because
they
we
rewatch
already
it.
watched it.
Oh, you already watched it.
we
Okay,
didn't finish
because
the show. Like, this is the entire show. We got up to here, so instead of rewatching all this, we'll just continue.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you know I have a really big problem with that. I just cannot skip. And like watching Naruto or
Oh,
however
Naruto
it's
has so many fillers.
watching Naruto, I cannot skip the fillers. It gives me extreme anxiety to skip fillers. And like there's like a whole season that's whole fillers.
There was in Avatar. There was only like 1 or 2 episodes that were fillers.
Yeah.
Of the entire
But they
thing.
were so good.
Yeah, they're still really good though.
Yeah.
And then even in the anime JoJo, there is in season 3, there's a filler episode, and it's literally 2 of the users, like 2 of the spell user guys, who go eat food. And then they like eat food and they freak out about it, and this dude comes out and he's like one of the users as well. He can do like the special, thing. That was the one. I showed her the filler episode. She's like, "That was really fun." And then we tried to go back, and she's like, "Nah, I don't know." Like, we just watched the what? We're getting into the good stuff. This is where all the lore and stuff happens. She's like, "I don't feel like it."
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Style is just,
With the cherry,
yeah.
so funny.
Oh my gosh. We watched. Was it we watched together the first season of JoJo?
Not the first season. We watched. Micah showed us a couple episodes,
Yeah, that's right.
and then we try to watch it again. But I just can't do anime anymore. I don't know. I don't have the patience for it anymore.
The first 2 seasons of JoJo were kind of slow. The third one was really good.
Can I take this?
I'm just trying to show them a picture.
The anime that we watched recently has been My Hero Academia.
But that's like a.
That's a good one. It's vanilla. It's totally like simple. You can just watch it, and it will.
It's good and everything, but it's extremely popular.
Yeah, it's popular. The other one was I think you guys probably seen it. The Prime Dungeons and Dragons.
Vox
What?
Machina? No.
Oh,
No,
Vox
never.
Machina is
That's
awesome.
good. You guys would like that.
Anime?
Yeah,
It's
a
like
Dungeons and Dragons anime.
it's like an American anime, like American cartoon anime type.
Not the
thing.
one that I liked.
No,
growing up.
not the 70s Dungeons and Dragons.
I love that kind.
It's like it's very like it's actual. there's
It's
good
actual
plot.
like.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Oh wait,
That
what?
had absolutely
What did he
good.
say?
like
He is hating on my favorite cartoon growing up.
the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
I put a
Yeah.
picture in the chat.
That's Vox Machina.
In the Discord chat.
Yeah. With
Yeah.
It's actually based off a
It's off of
Critical
Critical
Role.
Role.
Yeah.
That looks
the
cute.
first. It's really.
It's
good.
really good.
It gives me like actual like if Lord of the Rings wasn't as pure as it is, it's more like
Yeah, they do like a lot of
a lot
swearing.
of swearing and
A lot of
like,
crude
sensual
things.
things, violent things.
Is there any sexy time?
Yes.
Very first minute.
Oh, cool. So I
Yeah.
guess
Why
we'll,
did you say it like that? You look like your
we'll
dad,
watch the first bit.
which is great, but
Love Dad, but
No.
can we
was-
cut
what
that
was-
part?
what was the thing that you were doing the other day that was like Dad? That you were like improvising some type of weird thing.
I remember doing it. I don't remember what it was.
It was weird.
It isn't. It's not that we hate on Dad. We love Dad.
No,
but
no, no, no.
When they
Love
look-
it.
When
see
they
him
look
through-
exactly like that, it is really like creepy. I don't want that to happen.
What'd you do? Look for?
He did something like really out of the blue that was like, oh my gosh, that's just like something that Dad would do. And I was like, that's cute. That's really cute. He rubbed
Yeah.
off on you. That's lovely. Love that for you.
Great
But
father figure.
But it was just like, whoa.
It's almost like I was raised by him. And
Weird.
I'm like, he's like related.
Yeah, there's like things that Caleb does that's like exactly like Dad, and then there's things that Luke does that's exactly like Dad, and that's just how it is.
But you know, one thing I love that Caleb does just like that, the way he reads stories to Lua is
yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
a
really
good
good.
dad quality to
That's
have.
like 10 out of 10 Dad
Yeah.
tier.
it was like a week ago. I was putting Lua to bed, and I was just, I was holding her and rocking in a chair, and I didn't have enough hands to like flip through a book. So I'm like, I'm just going to recite The Hobbit from memory. and then, I got up to the part where all the dwarves come into Bilbo's home, and then she was asleep, so I put her down. And then I cried so much because I'm like,
He did.
this is what Dad did for us, both telling us stories and reading, but also like it's my responsibility to pass down like this epic story from 70 years ago to my daughter, and she's going to hear these stories too.
Imagine all of the dads out there who have read like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings to their kids over almost a century of time.
Yeah.
How many like tens of thousands of people have like, and here's The Hobbit, and they start reading, and the kids are like, oh boy.
Yeah, and
That's another thing to think about.
Yeah.
Is like the legacy behind it too.
Yeah, so I came out and I was like crying, and Maya's in the kitchen. I'm just like sobbing.
Bawling. And then it made me
jeez.
cry because I was like, that is so cute.
Aww. So wholesome.
Parents, parenting 101.
It's rewarding.
It is
Yeah.
awesome.
100%.
being a parent is the best part of my life, to be kind of honest. Everything else sucks, but being a parent is great.
Not everything else sucks, but
In comparison.
it
In
sucks
comparison,
armpit. It sucks armpit.
Yeah.
In comparison, it's not as great, but when you have a kiddo, it's like, my life has meaning.
Honestly, it is. You're all like, I need to be better at literally everything for this tiny person. And it just changes you in a way. Everybody says, oh, it changes you when you're a parent. And you're always like, yeah, for sure it does. But you don't understand it until you're like,
It doesn't,
holy
yeah.
crap.
Yeah, it doesn't click. We're like, oh, they were
Yeah.
right. Like, it changes you. It's not like your routine changes because it does, but it's like you as a person changes.
You as a person, the goals, the mindset, the way you do things is all like based on that one thing, which is crazy because she's so tiny.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you know?
Yeah. Spit up, let.
Oh, great.
At least he doesn't projectile vomit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Sometimes.
Not terribly though.
Always gotta look on the upside, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the other day I didn't even tell you that. I forgot. Caleb was at work because I'm like, when she goes to daycare, I go pick her up and we come home. Caleb's still at work. So I have to do like nighttime routine, bath, story, food, go to bed. So I was giving her a bath in a bathtub and she pooped.
Oh,
In the
no.
bathtub. And it was a lot. It took me a whole minute to understand that I had to deal with it.
And meanwhile, a daughter is sitting in her own filth.
No, I picked her up, but she was like butt naked in the air, like, and she was happy as could be, and she had
I feel
pooped all over the
great.
bathtub, and I was like, what the hell do I do now? It was too
Time to figure this one out.
At least she can't like pee all over you.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Well,
God.
like I meant
Squirting.
like for like a male,
Like guys. Like,
Oh yeah.
it
fire
can
hose.
just like go wherever. And
Oh my god, when I was on it, that happened to me so many times until I learned that you have to like cover the parts with a little cloth so that doesn't happen. Took me like about 3 times of pee in the face for me to realize, oh, maybe I should change what I'm doing.
A workaround. But yeah. Maybe Lua will come with us to a concert with big old headphones.
yeah,
I've seen a lot of little kids like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
there was my friend's friend brought his, well, this was a year or two ago at this point, his 2-week-old to like a racetrack, like the drag strip where they like take the cars and they race them down the dragway. Joey's friend, and put had all the safety stuff where she was covered up because it was a little cooler. It was like 50 degrees at night, and she had big headphones on, and she had a hat on, all snuggled up. But I'm like, she's like 2 weeks old, dude. Like she was just inside your girlfriend. Like she's like barely able to do anything. Like I would wait like a couple more weeks before you take her out on a fall night.
And not even a couple more weeks. Like
To each their own, they.
Yeah, I was about to say to each their own how they raise their kids, but I'm like, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
do 2 weeks.
it's gonna be a
A year old, she can start doing stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
To me, that's my take on it.
yeah. I'd probably
Like
say around
normal
the
people,
same.
big things like concerts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw on some headphones and you're good.
She's starting to do like, she started to look like a person now. She does things that are like person-like, because until before, she's 4 months, 4.5, almost 5 now, months old. But until she was like 4, she was just a potato. She really didn't do anything. But now she's starting to spark a little personality, and it's really fun to watch. She will cry during the night at least once. Just once, to be kind of honest. She doesn't really wake up many times. Thank God, But, like, she wakes up in the morning. Instead of crying, she starts blabbing. And she talks for like for a good 10 minutes until we get milk ready and going.
She's just she's letting you know how she slept. She's like, and I slept so good. Remember,
Yeah.
at 2 a.m. I didn't wake you up.
You know, she slept really well because like when you go in there to wake her up for the morning food, she does like that big old crunch stretch, like the.
Oh yeah.
It is amazing.
And then she never wants to open her eyes. She's like trying to figure out what's going on around her. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Who is waking me up right now?
And now she's starting to react back to you. So like if you do some peekaboo or whatever funny thing she thinks is funny, she will smile and laugh and talk, and it's just so great.
That's
to
what I was
see her, like developing.
It was really great to be able to see her and see you guys obviously back in like July, where we saw that stage of her being like, you know,
A
potato. Yeah, and then we got to see her at the ranch, and she changed so much in just like 2 months of like, wow, I've seen like development in like you growing up and stuff like that, and her like reacting stuff, or even like that video that I posted of me holding my phone next to her, and she's like snaking out like, what is this? What is this? What is this? I'm like, oh, wait, no.
Yeah,
it is so cool.
And like when you guys came, I don't even think she was like grabbing things to put in her mouth.
No, she wasn't.
She was just like absorbing
Bonking.
things. And now, you know, you saw at the ranch, but especially now, she just grabs everything. She looks at things, puts everything in her mouth. But then if there's things that she can't eat, she'll hold on to them. Like she knows that if she's not able to grab it and bring it to her, she'll just hang on to it. She won't try to pull. Like my face. Like I have my face above her. She grabs my beard and stays there. She doesn't pull. She stays on my face.
She's like,
Yeah, but then if she has a toy in her hand, or if she's like laying on her back and there's like toys above her that are dangling, she'll like grab and put those in her mouth, so she knows the difference between those.
It is really cool to see
That's
they
crazy.
develop. It's like wow, this is how a human learns literally everything. It is a really cool feeling.
yeah, that's exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
I bet you guys are.
Yeah,
I bet you guys
we gave her rice for the first time, so she got like a little grain, and I put her in her mouth. She was like, and then she would chew and swallow. It was really cool.
What you do is you give her like half a dot of like ice cream when she's like 6 months, and then she'll be like,
She already got carrots at the ranch.
Yeah, she got carrots at the ranch.
true.
No.
But I feel like ice cream's that big thing that you see on like TikTok and Instagram, where like parents give their kids ice cream, and they go
For
like,
the first time, yeah. But I think she has to be like maybe a 1-year-old to understand what is sweet. Because right now,
Yeah.
everything you put in her mouth, she makes like a face like that.
Yeah, like,
she
what is
hates
this?
everything. Because
Yeah.
she's like, this is not milk.
it's like us trying our like a new food for the first time, kind of the same
Yeah.
thing. You're like, what is this thing? And then you're like, oh, this is good. Yeah, good food.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's a good way to think about it. We transitioned her to formula now because I have no milk anymore. So she's hating it a lot.
Yeah.
And she spits up so much. It's just a lot. My mental health is just gone with it.
What
Oh.
what brand of formula do you use?
So we're trying couple to see what does better, but she seems to do better with Similac.
That's what I used.
I was on Nesquik.
You use that. Oh my gosh.
I turned out okay.
I think I used Similac when I was a kid because I was very sensitive to everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is funny because, like, I don't know how. I mean, I did subscribe to a lot of baby things when I was pregnant, but Similac Enfamil send me samples of formula. 2 different samples and then some little ready-to-feed bottles. And it was like for free. And I was like, this is great. So we're trying to use that first to see which one she likes better.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it was Similac that my mom gave me. Can you hold that real quick?
I don't think any of us SoderBros kids had any formula at any point.
No, I think your mom breastfed you all.
All of us. I don't know if she used a bottle at all, but I don't think we had formula at all.
No,
No.
I think
So-
I asked her. I think I asked her, and she didn't even use a pump. She
No.
would just feed you all. 5 kids, bro.
I don't know.
Props to
I
her.
don't know what process she had. Like if she drank water or a concoction of
She
some
probably
kind.
didn't drink water.
She would have died.
If you didn't drink water, I think that'd be
She
really
would've
bad.
died.
But you know, like the water necessary to that would produce more milk.
No, it's you know what? Producing milk it's a supply and demand thing. So if you pump a lot or feed a lot, you're gonna have a supply.
Yeah.
Since I went back to work, I don't have as much time to pump, and I have been stressful. Stress affects your milk supply. So my supply dropped from like 40, 50 ounces a day to literally less than 10 a day. That's the big difference. So your mom was feeding baby the whole day on a breast, so there was a lot of demand, so her
Yeah.
supply was there.
That's
I
why
don't
you
have
see all
that.
the jokes of like those kids who are still nursing and they're like 3 years old. It's like, well, the kid's still nursing. Of course, the mom's still gonna make milk.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it's awesome that some kids are able to have them. I honestly, I was on my mommy's titties until I was like 4 years old. Props to my mom, you know?
Your mom's like, "You hungry? Uh huh."
I think it's crazy, but I would go in and lift her shirt just as, and I would just like,
It's funny.
it's a lot, but she did that.
I don't remember I don't remember who was the oldest when we stopped nursing. Like, who was the oldest kid and
I
then
don't
stopped.
either.
Or if mom just made us go cold turkey one day or something. I don't know.
Yeah, how do you even decide when to stop?
It probably
I don't
would have
know.
been. I mean, she probably like tested feeding us food, like solid
Well-
food.
It's not tested. She has to introduce food at some point.
Well, but then like what Luke said, doing that cold turkey of like, okay, no more boob milk. Now it's always solid food, and making us eat it from there.
For me, that was-
you don't
yeah, you
need
can do
any more
milk.
milk, you know.
Apparently, it's like 4 years old.
For me, I was early because I was eating peanut butter and jelly at like 4 or 5 months.
That's
So
crazy.
my dad was like, "Oh,
That's
here's your
Lula's age.
little square."
Yeah, crazy town.
I was pretty
she
young.
was like, she puked a lot because we gave her a grain of rice, and she was like, what? Choking on it.
I don't know if I was like 4 or 5 months, but I was definitely like I
think
A baby.
was probably no, I was younger than a year when I was eating peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, way younger. Yeah.
I think your mom said 6 months.
I think it was 6 to 7 months or something like that. Peanut butter jelly.
There's no reason for you to be eating human food.
No, there is a reason. It's called Dad wanted Mom to sleep, so Dad took hungry Luke downstairs and made him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That means you were
I
used
love
to-
that.
No, I just woke up in the middle of the night and Dad was like, "All right, you can sleep. I'll take the baby down."
And there's all these like, oh, they might be allergic to peanuts. It's a big thing. But I feel like as early as you introduce stuff like that, you prevent a lot of the
Yeah.
allergen.
Because it's getting into your body and your body recognizes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that
I
a
know.
little bit.
I mean, last time we went to the doctor to take Lua to the pediatrician for her vaccines and stuff, I asked about feeding food and stuff, and she said you can give her anything as soon as she starts to sit straight, you know, and not like all wobbly, which is
Yeah.
a little wobble.
She's got to control her
Yeah.
center and stuff.
Yeah, her head and her trunk, and then we can start feeding her. She said the only food you have to avoid is honey. Other than that, anything but honey after a year old only.
Yeah.
So
So as soon as
peanut
she's
butter
able to
jelly
be-
sounds great.
As soon as she can go,
Yes.
she's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Full on, just. I'll probably be in another month or two.
She's getting
Yeah.
there. I mean,
Yeah.
she kind of like goes too much forward or too much back. And it's very hard for her to stay in one place without support. But
Heavy
But she does like, yeah. We have that half moon pillow thing that she sits on. If we put her there, she would stay there for a good while. She might just lean forward a little bit or lean backward, but she's able to keep like just leaning. She doesn't fall completely.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Right.
You can kind of plop her there and be like, "Do your exercises. I want to sit down for 10 minutes."
Yeah.
Yeah. And she'll
I mean,
go
you-
wiggle,
I mean,
wiggle,
if
wiggle,
she's
wiggle.
sitting like that, you know, we gotta be right next to her in case she like falls over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We can just leave her, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But if she's like on her back or doing tummy time, like on her belly, then we can leave her pretty much.
Yeah, just plop her in front of the TV and you sit on the couch and just kind of like, okay, don't do anything crazy while you're down there. I'm looking at you,
Coco
buddy.
Melon.
Not Coco Melon, Miss Rachel.
No.
The Bluey.
Yeah. I don't like doing TV a lot. I think I did TV with her just one time when I really needed to get some laundry done. Fold some laundry, and I was like, let's call in the big guns. And so I put Miss Rachel on. She was like, drooling. It was great. But I try not to do screen time.
Yeah, less screens the better for as long as possible.
Yeah.
The last thing you want is an iPad kid, because we saw iPad kids the other day at a place in Alton when we had dinner. And there were like 4 kids, all with headphones with the family, and they're all on their own iPad doing their own thing. I'm like, ooh, that's a decline in American people right there.
It's
really bad.
It's the pacifier for toddlers.
It is.
Kids.
And it is an addiction. Like, it's not good for you at all. I mean, like, of course there are shows out there that are good for kids that teach a lot of things and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, to be addicted to a point where you cannot have a meal together, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't want to judge, because what if I become that parent?
So,
No
Just
hate
remind
here.
yourself, have a sticky note on the door every day. No iPad kids. No iPad kid. No iPad.
We just won't even own an iPad.
Problem solved.
Yeah. Boom.
Done. Here's a cactus to play with.
Oh.
Sure.
Oh.
As long as you're talking about the cactus that repeats what you say, then I'm okay with
Oh, yeah, the one that dances.
it.
Baby
Exactly.
freaks out.
Kids scream about it.
I want
That's
one.
fun.
I want one for myself.
or the lightsaber that repeats what you say. That's a good one too.
The lightsaber?
Yeah. You guys,
What?
have you seen the lightsaber that repeats what you say?
Yeah, the
No.
one where you slash through a child and it repeats their dying scream.
No. There was one that was
Anakin.
Oh,
That's
shoot.
total Anakin move right there. Hey,
Master
kids.
Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
It's alright, kid. I'm just trying to up my KD. What's it called? It's a lightsaber that talks.
Oh, cool.
She's
That'd be a
looking for
cool
it.
Star Wars show.
The lightsaber that talks.
The lightsaber talking to each other.
Oh,
That'd be a cute kids show.
It's a sitcom.
a lightsaber romance.
Yeah, today
Imagine,
I
like-
played 5 people.
Imagine if
And
it's
a
like that
talking frog.
70s show, but it's just lightsabers.
I don't even want to imagine that. That's too chaotic. I want to see. Christine, you got a show.
Oh, it is. Oh, you say a word into it, and then when you swing it, it like muffles the word.
Potato.
I've heard.
Oh no! Just send it to him. Just send it to him. Just send. It's not gonna pick up. Croissant. And when he swings, goes croissant, croissant, croissant.
Jimmy's mom.
yeah, that'd be the best one. Jimmy's mom, Jimmy's mom, Jimmy's mom.
I'm getting another drink. I'll be back.
Oh, we might be
Do you
wrapping
want
up.
anything?
We might be wrapping up soon.
Oh my god.
It's been a long show.
Well, we can wrap up and then just talk or play
That's
something.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, play Terraria with your brother because he's been obsessed with
I
it.
don't own Terraria.
Terraria. I used to play that before I knew what Minecraft was.
What? Maya, we can start our own world together.
I don't have.
We could
one.
rule the
We
galaxy.
rule the world.
We don't own the game.
I saved it to Christine's wish list for when it goes on sale because it's $10 full price, which is nothing, but it goes to like $3 or $4.
Oh.
So once it goes on sale, I'm gonna.
Oh my god, it's been so many years. It
Oh,
was before
Maya.
I played Minecraft, and I played Minecraft when there was a giant zombie.
Maya, there's so much more in Terraria, and I haven't played in like 3 years or 4 years. It's crazy.
It's pretty wild.
It's fun though.
Scene.
It fulfills my OCD when I mine and when I explore.
Yeah.
I love watching.
Maya, all you do is you
What did
dig
Christine
mountains.
say?
I love watching him play.
Aww.
It's fun. She's like, I'm playing Terraria. You want to come up? She's like, okay. And she'll come sit with me a couple times.
I wish you watched me play games.
Yeah, but I'm not as nice.
Well, for me, it's like, I'm going to kill a boss. You want to come watch me kill this boss? She's like, oh.
Sure. But I've been playing video games with you more than I ever have.
That's true. We got a game for the Switch called It Takes Two, and
Oh, yeah.
it's one of the best co-op games.
So good. I even
Good co-op
like it,
game.
and I'm not a gamer at all. I don't do games.
After
I'm
you
like-
beat that one, you should do the human fall flat. Michael and Gavin play it on Achievement Hunter. It's similar to it, where you're like kind of solving puzzles together. And you have to like get to different points on the map and like flick levers and drop down stuff.
I
and all
love
that.
puzzles, so that's why I'm liking this game so
Yeah.
much. So am I.
That's a
Check
good
it
one
out.
too. And a little bit of a rage game once in a while.
Oh yeah, I have rage inside of me at all times
I have minimal rage. It's very small.
because I don't play video games and I don't know how to use a controller very well. Caleb's like, press Y, press Y. I'm like, which one is Y? I'm
Up
so
button.
mad.
This button.
It takes a few years to get used to the regular like Xbox and or PlayStation controllers.
It can.
The
yeah.
PlayStation ones are annoying because it's like 4 triggers on the back. So I think
Yeah.
I told you, Caleb, I was playing Shadow of War, and that's a QuickTime event game. So like stuff happens super quickly, and it said plus R1. And I pressed the wrong one, so I'd always do the wrong one. And I had died like 6 times in a row because you have to like press buttons within half a second.
Yeah.
So I just turned it off and installed it on my PC. I'm like, now I can play with my Xbox controller because I know what the buttons are.
Yeah.
So even me playing games, Maya, for like over 15 years, I can't handle the PlayStation controller for that kind
That
of
makes
stuff.
me feel better.
Yeah. I can do like easy stuff like Call of Duty and whatnot, but like QuickTime, I'm like, don't know the button. I don't know the button.
Yeah, especially when the game has a different setup than most other games. So, like, you know, Assassin's Creed, it's very similar to Shadow of War. Like, the control scheme is very much the same. But then when the game just totally throws everything out the door, like, you know, what if shoot is on the left instead of the right? Or the face buttons, like the A, B, Y, X. Like, what if those buttons do different things in this game and it just throws you off?
Every game you have to like configure to your own liking.
Yeah. I didn't really take that in consideration when I bought my PS4 off my teammate. I didn't think that it would be that different from the Xbox, but it's pretty
The
different.
controller feels so different because instead of like the thumbsticks like being like at diagonal, they're like horizontal with each other.
But it was a good new challenge,
Yeah,
you know?
and then you have 4 triggers, which is a little bit annoying.
Yeah. It's like I play Fallout 4 on it, and
did.
then I played Detroit on it. I played
Did you play Mass Effect on it or no?
Mass Effect was Xbox. I played.
That's right, Red Dead
You played Red Dead on it.
and
On
Battlefield.
the PlayStation?
Yeah, I've Red Dead 2 and then I have Battlefield 5
Yeah, because he had it for his apartment.
when I lived in Rochester.
Hmm.
I played Red Dead Redemption 2 and Battlefield 5.
Because
with
I
the buddies.
didn't want to give him my Xbox.
Yeah, like I'll take the PlayStation because I get free Xbox Live, basically free online. But that was fun.
Yeah.
Definitely learned, but now I play PC stuff.
Same. I mean, we have a 360 and a VR set up, and we play the Switch together. But I'm a
Excuse
PC
me,
guy.
we have a Super Nintendo and we have a Sega, which, hello, my favorites.
we haven't played those in forever though. We should.
I know we haven't. Those
I
are the
boot
only-
up-
Honestly,
I boot-
Super Mario is the only game I feel confident to say that I'm good at.
And they have all the Super Mario arcades at what town is that? Where? That's the town name. Yeah, because it's right outside of Laconia. Laconia, right by Lakeland Pisaki. There's a huge arcade, and they have like 5 different Super Mario games.
Nice.
Yeah. Next time you guys come up at some point,
Yeah.
definitely have to take you there. And then in the summertime, they're not open in the winter because it's on the boardwalk. There's actually like a an old school garage arcade, so it's like big garage bay doors, and then you walk inside and it's like all the
I
old
think we
all the
saw the
different
videos
arcade
that you
machines.
sent. That was cool.
Yeah. We came back from our trip, our little company cruise, and we walked off and like, let's go check out the boardwalks. We've never been. And like this big bay doors, and you just walk in and stuff, and it like looks like you get transported to like the 70s or 80s, and I'm like, what?
I really
rad.
needed to go pee, so we found a bathroom there.
Oh yeah, that too.
Bathroom.
Get a bathroom there. I hope they do. I'm not peeing in an arcade machine unless it's the ice hockey table. Extra slippery.
It went from white to yellow.
Hello there.
Oh boy.
Little.
Microphone fall flat.
He's a little. Whoa! Woo!
Your little microphone thing is
What is
bugging out.
happening?
Their microphone's been all janky.
It's a little
jank.
flaccid.
Oh, it needs.
It
something
literally
to
went
s- You need to handle it so it can sniff it back up.
Stop.
No.
Hey,
I'm gonna cry.
speaking about sniffing things, do you guys smell that?
What?
Do you guys smell that?
Do you smell bacon? That's right. I said it. I said it this time. This is my season.
That is
Season two.
incorrect, bro.
Season 2.
Maya's a
back, baby.
Die Hard
We're
season
back.
1. Maya's a Die Hard season 1, so she's like, no, Caleb, you can't say it.
You
only,
can, you can.
Only Luke can
It's
say
not
it.
your saying.
But it's too bad. I'm saying it now. Come and
You're
fight
saying
me.
it. 10 out of 10.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do
You
it.
did it,
I'll
you
do
did it,
I'm
baby.
gonna say it again. I'll say it again.
You did it. Good job. Okay.
I can't hear you, Christine. Blooper reel.
Sorry, that was a Jimmy here moment.
Yeah.